Hello, do you suck at body blocking for your teammates? Matter of fact, do you suck at fresh meat? Believe it or not, Veronica is not Sentinel Logan. Well, introducing support characters. Your most rage-baitable buddies. They'll crack at anything you say. But they're sure helpful. Playing a support character is like having a constant adrenaline boost. And teammates who don't help you. The opposite of a Sentinel. You help your teammates? That's all you need to do. There's no being lazy as a support character. Wink wink nudge nudge, milestone 4 guests. Come on, why don't you join us? We got Elliot, Taff, Builderman, maybe even a Deucicar here and there.
The joke is Deucekers are always targeted.
So instead of continuing to miss your stuns, I say you should try them out. It's a worth it choice. So what makes a support character? A support character in most games is classified as someone who helps their teammates in various ways, like healing or distracting. In Forsaken, there's really no difference to this logic though. All support characters can really do is help their teammates. Except for there is one oddball, but we'll get to him later. Typically, these supports for how good they help the team are compensated with less HP. They're expected to stay far away from killers if you couldn't tell. Most supports don't have any form of protecting themselves, so they usually end up relying on, say, another survivor like a sentinel to help. While as menacing as a little puppy, due to how much they're targeted, they're typically very good at running. And Jesus Christ, they know how to run. Oh my god, enough yap and start the video already.
Shut the fuck.
Huh? Dude, I love Elliot. My favorite creature of joy and whimsy. By far the most consistent support of the bunch, being able to dish out a heal with no punishment during a chase is really busted. Packaged even with your very own miniature Bloxy Cola button at your disposal. Not to mention his passive, which increases the amount he heals by 4 for every generator done. You can see why he's rather consistent.
This nigga swear he a dinosaur. Hey, Brody, hold on.
Oh shit! So how do you go about playing Elliot? Well, it's really simple. All you really do is shove pizza down people's gullets. You better pray you're not facing against John Doe. And most importantly, you want to be a nuisance to any killer you're facing against. Take for example this guest. He got void starred and missed his block, leaving him in a very bad position. I then feed him pizza, and he's all fine. He gets slammed, doing a lot of damage, and then he finally gets finished off with a void star. Now I hear you shaking in your boots right now, saying, "Oh, well, you didn't save him. He's still dead." And you're right. While it's definitely worth noting you can't save everyone, it's just a good thing to do. It extends the time they take to die. It's just helpful. What else is there to say? This Shaleski here? 65%? Sure, why the hell not? Have a pizza. Yeah, you can't just give out pizzas willy-nilly. At least I can't. Every time I try, it feels like every single other survivor needs one. You know what I hate most about playing Elliot? People who constantly click the request button for no reason. It makes this godforsaken game so much worse. Here is an accurate representation of what goes through an Elliot's mind when someone asks for a pizza for no reason. Even as a support, Elliot can be a nightmare in Last Man Standing. Sometimes being as obnoxious as Noob. With a get out of jail for free card, his speed it can be unmatched. As long as you have the stamina advantage, you're just asking for a free win. Look at this clip towards the end. I'm locked in a corner with no stamina, meaning I'd have to start dodging. Or I could press the funny little button and enter the running portion of the chase all over again. Can you guess what I did? Seriously, this button in the right hands can absolutely carry you in Last Man Standing. I'm not even joking. Playing Elliot against an AFK killer has to be one of the most boring things. Their only way to make XP is by doing generators. Most of the time, they don't even hit anything. If you give someone a pizza without doing generators, you get barely any heal. If you do generators, you're just called that you don't do anything for the team. You can't find a perfect balance as Elliot, and it's often the reason why people don't play him. Plenty of times I've been told I don't help out the team after giving someone 3 whole pizzas. What else am I supposed to do? Should I just go up and be a meat shield for you, buddy? I mean, I can heal this 2 times, sure. He's at 84%, what's the issue? But as soon as I do that, it feels as if every other person immediately reaches 30%. Where's the fun in it? If I had a nickel for every single time I got targeted as Elliot, despite the killer being quote-unquote chill, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that's happened twice.
Tell you about the time Keith tried to deep fry turkey. 3rd-degree burns over 90% of his body.
Taff. The closest thing to a hybrid character than anyone else. As much as I'd love to only speak in emojis, that would have made for a great video, right? Right? Shut your fucking mouth! Jesus Christ, okay, dude. Sorry, bro. If you love being a nuisance, Taff is your character. Even though they're a silly little guy, they still have some malicious tools at their disposal. Starting off, they have a tripwire, which applies slowness to a killer when they step over it. And finally, they have a bomb, which will flashbang the killer, shift the camera angle, and apply helpless. By far the most annoying ability of the supports. The reason I call Taff a hybrid is honestly really simple. Let me break it down for you real quick. Of course, starting off, Taff is meant to be a support. Teammates can easily use your traps to either lose the killer, slow the killer, or even bait out attacks. Taff is also somewhat of a mini sentinel. They can throw mines at killers who are caught in abilities like Cool Kid Summoning, or even Error 4-4. Or they can just turn a corner and hide a mine for a Timu-esque stun. Finally, the most popular choice, Taff can easily walk towards traps and run. Due to having the highest HP of all the supports, they can easily survive with the help of good placed traps. Just don't let them break. Now I'm sure you're not asking, but why is Taff the only hybrid? Builderman can defend himself in a chase and support others too! That's the stupidest question I've never heard. Builderman can't place buildings in the middle of a chase. The end lag is enough to where you have to be burned on a stake. Taff can move while placing mines, albeit much slower, but he can still defend himself from far enough away. Now you typically want to be rather smart with your placements, like hard to react spots or even impossible to react spots. Like here for example. While the mines are as tanky as a glass dumbbell, they can still help a chase, sometimes more than a stun even can. If one Taff is already bad enough for a killer, 2 would be even worse! Taff is the epitome of making killers anxious of any corner, constantly attacking what would be a mine or a wire. Instead of us getting the hallucinations, it's them! Seriously, tell me a character that's more bullshit than Taff. No, you shut your mouth! Sure, it's absolutely hilarious to see a killer walk around post-explosion like a headless chicken. But I'd be damned to say it doesn't piss me the hell off to get trip mined around every corner. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Taff is quite literally useless if the killer has a brain big enough to hit your traps. You out in the open? You're dead. No traps nearby? Dead again. Facing a 1x? What do you think I'm gonna say? Dead. But that's what makes Taff fun. When you hit a killer who knows how to avoid traps, it's the most mesmerizing feeling in the world. You feel accomplished. You feel ethereal. You feel complete. Even with all this fun, there's one issue I can't leave out. It's your teammates. Sometimes, they just never lead the killer towards your traps, leaving you to fend for yourself as a survivalist for the entire game. I forgot to mention, Taff has the highest HP of all support characters. Best support 100%, don't at me. Also, Taff is like one of 2 characters in this game whose abilities can physically backfire. That's gotta be something, right? Huh? David Bazooki. Where should we even start? Such a rare character for me to even find in any match. He feels outdated in some sort of way, but I really don't know how to explain it. I mean, I can kind of see why people don't play him. David does have an attraction to not banning a certain type of group of people. Wait, I can't say that. Shit. Well, before I get banned, he has a sentry which shoots at the killer, slowing them down by 20% for each shot they hit. And he has a dispenser, which heals nearby survivors by a rate of roughly 1 HP per second. However, Builderman can only build one of each of these. So what do you do when you're done building? Nothing. If you build another one, the previous build gets destroyed. You can't do anything but gens and run away. It's boring. Which is why most people don't play him. This is a clip of me being chased for about 1.5 minutes, roughly. This whole clip will be sped up to show you how interesting Builderman chases are. Now just tell me, does this sound fun at all? You can't use your abilities at all during chases. You can't use your abilities after placing them. You're practically just a pre-rework 2-time. Sure, it's fun to loop around sentries and see killers try to break them, but like, that's it. Once they're gone, if they tunnel you, what are you gonna do about it? Just run? Yup. He's just a boring character after placing all of his stuff. Sure, he's helpful, but most people would rather themselves have fun than others. Most of the times, the killer will just break your sentry and target you, leading to even less fun being had. Now, of course, I'm not saying everyone hates this guy the way I do. Please, I hope you all have your own opinions. But I have almost no fun every time I play him. We're just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds for this section, and I'm already confused on what else to say. I can't say anything else without treading the same grounds. Just give him some replayability. He needs it so bad. I often find myself being a distraction for the killer once I'm done placing my buildings. You either run away and have some ounce of fun, or you just stand in the corner for 5 years. Choose wisely. Check out this screenshot right here. See anything wrong about it? I certainly do. How about this one? Notice anything different? Why on God's green earth is Builderman considered harder to play than Taff? The only skillful thing about Builderman is finding good positioning for sentries. This is quite literally the exact same skill that Taff's use. And don't you dare say Buildermans get targeted more. I find Taff so much more obnoxious than this lazy runt. I can't even look at this stupid man anymore. Take some gameplay of a game I don't know of as I'm writing this script. Give up. This game sucks. I'm never playing this again.
Dinosaur here, dinosaur. Hey, Brody. Brody, hold on.
Oh shit! Are they listening? Okay, I think I'm good. Deucecar? You're talking about Deucecar. Wow, God damn it, dude! Shut up! Jesus Christ, dude. I swear to God, I can't say anything anymore! Let me speak! I'm sorry. I like Deucecar. But that's kind of an understatement. Deucecar is for people who hate themselves and love others. A pure support character as balanced as all can be. Having a ranged attack which slows the killer by 20% for 3 seconds, while also speeding up survivors by 10% for 3 seconds if they hit them instead, is pretty good. It also comes with a free 20 HP shield if it hits a survivor. You can block many attacks with that. His second ability allows him to shield other survivors for upwards of 80%. While greatly slowing them down, that doesn't really matter.
And as a bonus, it can tank a killing blow, making the hit be completely nullified. I think that's it. He doesn't have anything else, right?
He has a passive.
Right. The passive. He floats. No footstep sounds. Apparently it was so useless that it was dragged straight from Duscar and put inside the Frankenstein that is Nosferatu. Now listen, I know I said Dusakar's slowdown abilities doesn't really matter, but it doesn't for most situations. If you are far enough away, the slowdown should give you ample time to react. That is if you aren't facing a 1x, Cool Kid, Guess 666, Noli, or Nosferatu. How many does that leave left?
2.
God damn, that's like over half the amount. Killers. Yeah, maybe it is a bad thing. Typically, whenever you play Dusakar, you're really just yelling to the killer, please come kill me. If you don't, I'll make your life a living hell. Which honestly is right. Dusakars are a total chore to go against, if not dealt with. Why do you think they're targeted so much? Take a look at this clip right... Why is this here? This isn't the right game. Come on, dude, this isn't fun anymore. Are we just gonna be milking this for like an... Take a look at this clip right here. The other Dusakar shields someone who's currently in a chase, but this turns out to be a mistake, and the killer redirects to them, and due to the slowness, they can't do anything. They're quickly run down faster than I can even blink. You wanna know why? You remember this from the start of the video?
The joke is Dusakers are always targeted.
Dusakar has always been one of those major targeting characters. No matter how you play him, no matter who you're against, you're probably gonna get targeted. It's nothing better that there's an achievement literally entitling you to target a Dusakar. Now, because both of Dusakar's abilities help others instead of himself, he's really a sitting duck in a chase. The only thing he can do is help out other teammates. You gotta pray you're not safe for last man standing. What are you gonna do then? Not that it matters half the time you're targeted first, but in the rare scenario that you are in fact saved, you better pack your bags because you're not gonna win that. Unless you're some sort of god at Forsaken, or just the killer's terrible, there's nothing you can do to help yourself. Bloxicola's recently gotten nerfed. I mean, there is nothing you can do. Surely with all this negative stuff I'm saying about him, there has to be something good about him, right? Oh dear god, yeah. This guy is on par with Elliot and Builderman on helping out the most. His plasma beam can easily help survivors regain stamina, tank another shot, or just survive. His shield is able to counter punishments like gashing wound and walk speed override, for God's sake. What more do you want me to say? He is busted. Guess missed a block? Shield that bitch. What are they gonna do? Now, there's really two types of Dusakar players. First, we got good ones. These people help out the team in any way they can by shielding at good moments and using Plasma Beam to their best potential. They're really helpful to have. And then, we have the specimens I call Money Hoarders. These ones use Plasma Beam and shields wherever killers are nowhere to be seen. Typically for money or an easy milestone 4, these people are not helpful. There is a subclass of the first group which I like to call Dusakarlings. These are young Dusakar mains who haven't quite understood how to play Dusakar, but they at least try to help. These people shield at any moment of the killer being near someone, but like, they're trying. I cannot be mean to these people, they're trying their hardest. I did the exact same thing at the start of my journey. What's the difference with them? So how do you play each one of these survivors? Well, I'll tell you right now. Now for Elliot, you want to kill all survivors. Try to trap them using spikes and digital footprints. Your goal is to outsmart them and block them off. If you don't do that, you're probably not going to get anywhere. You're really map dependent. Now for Taff, you want to try and stun the killer with your sword, help out any teammates who may be in a chase, and help yourself if you're low by eating a chicken. For Builderman, your goal is to do generators and stay away from the killer by all means necessary, using maybe a Ghost Burger or a Bloxy-Cola for the occasion to hopefully increase your amount of time alive. And finally, Dusakar, rush down the survivors using Raging Pace, Behead, and Gashing Wound to punish mistakes. Your main goal is to leave nobody standing. Don't get looped. Now, before I go, I would like to thank you all for watching. It's been a long time since I've ever posted something this big, and frankly, thank you. I hope you all have a great New Year's.